Alright, sorry for that moment of silence there, guys, but we are back with more Brazil Dotos Zotac Starleague 2014 with SP Revolution 5 and Renessa Dota. Yeah,
seconds remaining.
This is our second game between Seven Wars Esports and Isurus Gaming.
5 seconds
And this time,
remaining.
the Ember and the Lycan gonna get banned out straight away from Seven Wars. But that leaves
time.
one certain hero that's someone's signature hero in the pool, and that's the Invoker for DDX.
Now we saw DDX do incredibly well in that Storm Spirit, so we'll have to see if he can make just as much happen on this Invoker. Invoker is just such a versatile, powerful hero. So many options available.
Yeah,
Radiant
and Shadow
is
Shaman
banned.
picked up. This is really aggressive from them.
Yeah, we saw Shadow Shaman banned out last time.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hex, Shackle, Wards, he's a very powerful support. Another support like Dazzle that we didn't really see that much until kind of recently, and suddenly they're very popular. So it's nice to see the supports moving around.
Excuse me.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
And I mean, I saw some of the comments in the middle of the draft, or in between the games there. I do think that the
Radiant
supports really didn't
team
fit
back.
the lineup. I would disagree with you, Renessa, that Shadow Demon needs farm. He has such powerful
people do.
abilities. Yeah,
It's my opinion that he dies incredibly easy without a Force Staff. Like, if you don't get a
I can
Force
understand
Staff,
that.
it's food.
10
But,
seconds remaining.
It's not like he needs it to do his damage,
Dire
which
team
is
banned.
most of the thing where people would say they need
Kind
farm.
of like Venno. Get off his
Yeah,
spell.
yeah.
Then, okay, go die.
Get off your spells and run, or just die. Yeah. Just wanted to let everyone know that we're really cool there.
Alright, so see,
Dire
the
team
anti-mage banned out. That's a little interesting. So I guess a shield with the anti-mage beating on you is kind of
I mean, yeah, but see, anti-mage's win rate has dropped so much.
Well, I mean, 4 Protect 1 just doesn't work nearly as often with these heavy push lineups.
And these aggressive teamfight lineups, like, anti-mage's
10
win rate in
seconds
pubs
remaining.
is as low as, I want to say, Wisps.
It's one of the
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
And it
Actually-
used to be that he was very strong, but it's just the thing of the metagame
Reserve
switching
time.
around, so I don't think that ban is at all warranted. You're cutting out a bit, Renessa.
Oh, I'm sorry. That should fix it.
Okay.
I think it's Anti-Mage and Shadow Demon and Earth Spirit are the lowest win rates right now. In pubs. Pubs are very different. So Isurus might favor Anti-Mage, perhaps. Or Seven Wars might be picking something that Anti-Mage would really be a challenge to deal with. Perhaps the Medusa.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can translate the page over to English. Who won the first game? Isurus did win the first game. We're gonna see a lion
Radiant
picked up by them.
team picked.
And I mean, this is something nice to punish the Shadow Shaman. It can, yeah, the Hex, and the fact that Finger of Death is a very useful teamfight ulti, just to say, oh, you have a support, now you don't. There went Crystal Maiden, bye.
Yeah,
I mean-
so Isurus. Oh, and look, just a comment. This is another HyperX sponsored team,
10 seconds.
so they're really
Oh,
getting
yeah,
team
I
in
didn't
every
notice
group.
that. Yeah, HyperX is picking up everybody these
5
days.
seconds remaining.
No offense to the teams who have HyperX. We're just noticing it a lot. So
Yeah.
congratulations to
Time.
Isurus for getting that sponsor.
Yeah. And Seven Wars, if I'm not mistaken, they were recently sponsored by Nvidia. I'm not sure if that's still going on and they just don't have it in their name anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could ask them in lobby, hopefully in Game 3.
Yeah, hopefully we will have a Game 3. And of course, guys, don't forget, if you could follow the channel, that would mean the world to us. We really appreciate all you guys coming out to view the games, and we are going to have more games tomorrow evening, so be sure to follow the channel to be notified when we go live in time for that. Of course, I'll probably go live with something else in between then. There's no telling what I'll be doing on the stream, so...
He will be singing and dancing the Lepo Lepo.
The Lepo Lepo, yes.
Lepo Lepo, sorry. Take it
No,
back.
it's all good. The story behind that is that originally they said, oh, Revo, you should sing Lepo Lepo. The Brazilian viewers will love it. And I was like, what? So they put this song on. They sent me the YouTube video and said, sing this. And I was like, I don't know this. But then it grew on me and I started to like it, actually. We already
Fair
have
enough.
Lifestealer coming out from
It's-
Isurus.
Dire team
This is a
pick.
nice hero up against Lion, though. He is able to avoid both the stuns coming out from Lion with the Rage. Centaur is a great hero for Lifestealer to be up against, simply because he's so tanky.
Mm-hmm. And the return really shouldn't bother Lifestealer all that much. And especially if Lifestealer's laning against the Centaur, it's like, oh, come here, let me hit you once.
Yeah.
I'll get so much regen from
10
that.
seconds
Let me just, like,
remaining.
refill my health. Centaur War Runner,
5
more like
seconds
gas
remaining.
station attendant runner. No, that was awful. I'm sorry you had to hear that,
Reserve
guys.
time.
Anyways,
Okay.
another thing about the Lifestealer pickup, if Invoker goes Quas Wex and he has access to that really fast Ghost Walk, that'd be really, really useful as an X-Bomb. It's not a Storm Spirit, let's be honest here, but it's quite the race car move around the map kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, very powerful. Now we could still see a Forge Spirit Invoker. I mean, we've mostly seen Quas Wex. The Forge Spirit Invoker is not quite as popular, but when you have a Shadow Shaman, sometimes you want to push. So that option is still open.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Shaman
actually-
is just such a powerful pusher. You get those wards down, you've basically got a tower unless they just wipe your team and take all the wards down instantly, which is rare, to say the least.
I actually have seen some Invokers get up 4 levels of Quas and Exort and then level up Wex,
10
which
seconds remaining.
can seem a little strange, like you're not just getting the most economy really out of your points. But it does mean you get a nice Cold Snap, nice Forge Spirits, and then you also get all of the insane benefits of Wex. A Slardar pick. So we've got a minus armor strategy, and the Centaur War Runner is going to help the Slardar initiation.
Yeah,
A
Slardar
lot.
won't have to rush Blink if Centaur can get it up early.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
only thing is, though, Lifestealer can purge off Amplify damage with Rage, so that's a little,
10 seconds
Nah.
That's what
remaining.
squishy supports are for.
yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
So Slardar just feeds off the rest of them, ignores the Lifestealer completely.
Something like that, yeah.
Reserve
Yeah.
time.
I mean, if you drop... Well, okay, so... I do like the Lifestealer pickup.
Yeah.
It's a great thing against strength heroes. But Dazzle is an excellent decision against a Lifestealer, because if you drop a Weave,
Dire
Lifestealer
team
suddenly
ban.
can't actually do that much anymore. I mean, he's really destroyed by armor, basically.
Yeah, does Rage purge off Weave?
Maybe off himself, but I mean, not the heroes he's trying to
10
eat.
seconds
Yeah, okay.
remaining.
That makes sense. Yeah, and Dazzle also, something I learned just
5
the other day,
seconds
Weave is
remaining.
actually, or Shadow Wave, excuse me, is actually physical damage. So it goes through BKB.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Reserve time.
Which means that the armor reduction from Weave helps
Radiant
the
team
damage
ban.
from Shadow Wave, so that's a pretty big thing. They've also picked up a Sand King here. They're going for team fight. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Yeah. So probably we'll see a Quas Wex Invoker.
Yeah, I'm thinking. They've got a lot of damage in
10
the
seconds
Lifestealer and
remaining.
a lot of damage in the Sand King too. He's just a natural damage dealer, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
And Centaur isn't really a BKB builder. Slardar is,
Reserve
but Dazzle
time.
and Lion will really get eaten by the Sand King ultimates and Shadow Shaman.
Dire team pick.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you want to pick Sand King or Tidehunter up against teams that aren't really natural BKB builders, because you really don't want to lose the effectiveness of a hero that easily.
Yeah. Centaur generally doesn't need a BKB because he's just so tanky. Like, you think you can kill me with magic damage? That's cute.
Yeah.
But
we
he will
see
go
Shadow
for a pipe
Fiend.
at least,
Remaining.
so
Mhm.
that's a good option for them.
We see Shadow Fiend banned
5
out
seconds
by
remaining.
Isurus, so preventing the furthering of the minus armor strat. And
Well,
Seven Wars
5 seconds
have to make a
remaining.
decision very soon here.
Assassin.
They can prevent some of it, but they can't ban out everything. And
Radiant
Templar
team
Assassin
pick.
is one of those heroes that will be very effective up against Invoker in the very early game. Now, once he's able to cold snap a lot, that can be pretty good. They're saying pick Rubik GG.
I mean, Sand King, actually Sand King's probably their offlaner, but they could pick up another offlaner and allow
10
Sand King to
seconds
kind of be a jungly farming support or roaming ganker.
5 seconds remaining.
I
I'm
really
not-
like the Templar pickup though.
It increases the
10
minus
seconds
armor.
remaining.
Yeah. And the traps give you a lot of vision around the map. But it is going to be a Tide Hunter, as you predicted. Which means it's either going to be offlane Tide or offlane Sand King.
That's
Probably offlane Tide, judging by who's picked up the hero now.
unless they do, you know, their swaps and everything. But
Okay, Rage does take off the,
Prepare for battle.
weave, apparently, according to...
off of himself. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
So that's
the
good.
heroes he's trying to kill might still have it on them, and then he has a hard time
Yeah.
really doing any damage.
And of course, you can't draft around a lifestealer, or you end up picking off physical damage, and then they just build a little bit of armor or a halberd, and oh well, there we go. So
I really like Death Prophet up against Lifestealer just because
Ooh,
she
yeah.
can click on him and the spirits focus him down even through the rage. There we go.
wait, if you click on him, they focus.
Yes. If you actually target something, the spirits will go towards that.
As long as I've played a Death Prophet,
30 seconds to battle.
hasn't been something I've noticed. Sorry, I was having to ban someone claiming the Nazi mods in the chat. He's been posting a couple paragraphs of text, and it's like, okay, you're just trying to provoke us, so, goodbye.
I think you need more mods.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to recruit some of you guys in the chat, so... Hello, I am from Inglando. I moderate your stream? Anyways, we're gonna start off with the underdogs
The
here.
battle
7
begins.
wars, or should I say the underlion here, with Nightmare on the lion. We've got Straff on the Centaur War Runner. On the mid lane, we have Dami. Whoa, that's a tower. Dami on the Templar Assassin. Carl on the Slardar. And Dazzle, played by GST from Han.
Alrighty. And for Isurus, starting with the Sand King, we've got Nadara playing our support Sand King. And we've got Pepita as the next support, who actually has a double damage. The mid invoker is going to be played by DDX. And our offlane Tide Hunter played by Nine. And last, we have Fullback playing the carry Lifestealer with his support just harassing out Straff.
Yeah. And that's one of the other things you can do in a tri-lane. You've got a lot of potential to really harass them out. Somebody said Roshan level 1 incoming. That would theoretically be possible if they had a little more immediate negative armor, but I don't think they could really pull it off here. Plus, Isurus has the kind of draft that can really punish that.
Yeah, and TA doesn't really want to go meld level 1.
Yeah, you want to get those refraction charges up so you can play defensively in the lane, and then pick up your side blades so that you can harass and deny at the same time. You can't purge weave? Okay, we're gonna have to do what we did with the Ember Spirit last name, just figure out how it works ourselves, because chat is divided on the issue.
Well, we'll have to watch and see what happens.
Yeah.
I know that if Weaver ults, it doesn't get rid of Weave. So, potentially.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't then. We'll find
Sorry.
out in a little bit though. No, that's fine.
No, I had to sneeze, so I muted my mic, but... So I was
That is just fine.
gone temporarily. Alright, so
I
if we
need
look
to
at
get
CS...
a button
Oh,
like
we-
that, but yeah,
Yeah,
we might
we-
have some aggression coming out on Tidehunter. Sun's gonna come out on him. He will anchor smash to reduce their damage ever so slightly. He actually turned around and hit Carl, which I was a bit surprised, but they are gonna back off. They're not gonna dive him too much, and that's pretty nice for him. Meanwhile,
And
Carl
Nine-
farming up
9 is
decently.
very tanky. Oh, sorry.
One more time.
I was just saying 9 very tanky. Tidehunter is doing a lot. And he has,
Oh, I thought you said 9 last hits. I'm like, nobody has 9 last hits at that point, of course, but yeah. Actually, Tide is gonna go ahead and deward this. Slowly but surely. There we go.
Yeah, Carl not really able to do much about it. As far as last hits go, the fullback doing quite well on CS. You know, what is it? Straff? It's hard to read now. It's green
Straff,
on green.
yeah.
Straff, not really able to harass him out of lane, so instead he is messing with Nadara's farming over here. Nadara tries for, wow, interesting pull there.
Yeah.
Actually, I've never seen that before.
He's tried to do the,
pull around the jungle.
Yeah.
Through every camp.
Yeah. Eventually, the creeps end up over here, and they're like, where was our lane again? No. They would generally be dead by then. Actually, 9 is getting dived on bot. Sardar diving to the deep depths to take out the Tidehunter. There is going to be an Earth Spike, and a couple right clicks might finish him off, but I mean, Kraken Shell kept him alive quite a while there. Meanwhile, Tidehunter does pick off Dazzle. Yeah.
He managed to just, you know, juke for long enough. They took a lot of tower damage there.
Yeah. And Dazzle, with no points up in Grave, couldn't even save himself with that, so this is not a build I like on Dazzle. It's a little aggressive. And Invoker actually going for a pub build. Well, we've seen this in competitive once or twice. And this
I have been just wanting to see Wex Exort. I have been saying it ever since I started familiarizing myself with Invoker. I've been saying I want to see Wex Exort. I've been trying it in some bot games. And so here's the thing. When you have Wex Exort and you get 1 level in you have your super speedy Ghost Walk, because you still have a lot of Wex points up. You have an insane Alacrity. You have a nice Sunstrike.
Yeah.
What else? There's another one.
It's a really right-click focused build, though. Oh, Domi is actually coming toward bot. Strap gonna get slowed down, open wounds by the Lifestealer, but nice positioning by the Templar Assassin. Gonna allow her to pick off the Shatter Demon Shaman. The Shatter Demon Shaman. And fullback could be next. Is there enough range? I don't know that there is. Actually, he's gonna turn around there, and it is gonna be a double kill for Domi. Very nice start for the Templar Assassin. Yeah, as we were saying, I've played against this build in the pub, and if Invoker gets a good start, it is terrifying. Because generally I've seen him go Alacrity, Mask of Madness, Chrysalis. And they hit so hard. And like, it is so scary.
Now, yeah, and you know, I can see the reason behind this because in Sand King, Tidehunter, and Shadow Demon, there's a lot of teamfight control. There's large AoE stuns and damage and etc. But their only right clicker is Lifestealer, so you know, they could consider to go for a right-clicking build on the Invoker. Now, what I think is a little more likely is that he might transition into a Forged Spirit build and just have 1 point in Wex for the Alacrity. But he might do it. That's all I've ever wanted to see.
I mean, you've got 20 attack speed, 40 bonus damage on a 15-second cooldown. That is pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, that's with 1 level up in Wex.
Yeah. You keep maxing Wex, you're up to like almost Mask of Madness level without the damage addition. But looks like he's actually going to get dived on by TA here. Gonna go invis. TA diving a little too deep is going to lose all her refraction charges, but Creep's going to give up the chase or not here. And that ward gave him enough vision, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where value points in each of the different orbs for Invoker are just really powerful. So, I mean, it can cripple you if you don't get enough levels. I'm seeing a Midas coming out on him, though, so leveling really won't be an issue. And that value point, I mean, saved his life and pretty much is going to give him another level, just with his ability to farm here instead of being dead.
And so this allowed him to get farm a lot easier, because that's bonus damage that you're getting for last hits. But Domi, meanwhile, moving all around the map, is going to find another kill on bot on the Shatter Demon, or Shaman, excuse me. The Lifestealer getting taken down once again. They're trying to chase out in the airdrop. But are they going to be able to get him? Yes, he's sandwiched in here. Actually, Burrow strikes away. Very nicely done. And one other thing from 7 Wars Draft, they've got Carl to detect invis. I mean...
it just sounds silly. You know, most players have these kind of epic names or cool... And then they've got Carl.
Carl.
No offense, Carl. But it
makes me think of Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
I think of Llamas with hats.
Oh, yes. Carl.
But we do have was a 4-man push, now a 3-man push.
And Nierdra is just like sitting here like, okay, when are they gonna leave? Please, just stay away from my house here. I like it here, I'm peaceful, and you come in breaking everything. Why? Papilla is doing the same thing, kind of hiding in the jungle over here.
Yeah, I think he was maybe hoping for some TP and support. He did have Burrow Strike Sandstorm, so he could have done some harass there, but I think they decided it just wasn't worth it.
Okay, is it just me or is Shadow Shaman's portrait really yellow?
Shadow Shaman's portrait. Yeah, he's the little glowing sun.
Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't just me, because...
You might have an item like a lantern or... Oh, nope, that's just him.
Yeah,
I
guess
did
so.
another Slithering
Actually,
Crush on Nadara down here, and a double edge is gonna finish him off.
yeah, I heard that Centaur stomp, and by the time I could look over, it was too late. I mean, we got DDX holding out on the mid lane. Domi with a very nicely placed Psionic Trap. It's right outside the tower range there, so the Invoker can't see it, but he knows it's there, and he can't go out past his tower, or as soon as he tries to retreat, he's going to get slowed down by that. TA will just pop the refraction, dive under tower, and hopefully kill him.
Yeah,
Actually,
Seven Wars...
What is fullback doing? How did he even get... What in the world?
I would assume he was going for a courier kill?
Oh!
Wow. Well played.
They're just gonna babysit this creep and be like, creep, oh, we're sorry we're gonna have to do this, but you're not gonna be able to hang out with the other creeps anymore. We're gonna send you to a farm upstate.
Well,
And they're just waiting for him here. They've already placed the trap.
Creep is tanking the creep wave. Invoker, tornado, please.
Yeah. Actually, a Sunstrike gonna come out on Nightmare, and it's gonna hit, but no follow-up damage. Lifestealer's already down in this fight. 9 looks like he's gonna be next. He will pop the Ravage, gonna catch 3 right now. And actually, Carl gonna get taken down here. Invoker with a double kill as he takes down Dazzle as well. And very nice plays by Isurus, but I mean, at this point, they're making a 2 for 3 trade where they're getting the advantage, but they're still 4 kills down up against Seven Wars. And Seven Wars has a bit of a gold advantage. It's only about 400 right now.
Yeah,
And
honestly, that gold advantage will go away with a few more Midases.
Yeah. The experience, though, is going in their favor, and up against an Invoker, that's definitely what you want. But the fact that the TA has been able to gank around the map very efficiently is good. There's going to be a stomp in on Invoker, as well as Shaman, so now 6 kills down. And that's how quick things can turn around here.
Yeah, now, that was a surprise Blink Dagger from the Centaur, I believe. Well, no, he must have used it already. Okay.
These people in the chat are cracking me up. Get some better puns. Okay, will do.
I mean, remember what pun one of us made.
Oh yeah.
Middle tower is under attack.
And I've always been making the puns here.
So for Isurus, at first that fight middle is really worth it because if you're behind, you want to take trades at least. But the lingering around, you know, Invoker really wanted that last hit on the tower, and it really cost him. I mean, he gave Centaur a double kill, really made the blink worth it.
And I mean, you generally want to take trades and run. Play it like it's a getaway mission. Like we're gonna take 2 kills, and then we're out. We're not going to get any more. Even if they're at 4 health, we're going to leave because we want to stay alive. And they played a little greedy there.
Yeah, that was I was very greedy by DDX to go for the last hit on the tower, which I think he ended up missing anyway.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, not the best thing you can do. Fullback just going to rage up TP away here. And that is one of the benefits of playing Lifesteal. You can just constantly have a way out with rage. Unless you have mana, of course.
That's one of the things that makes a good carry in this patch. Lifestealer, Rage, Ember Spirit can, you know, just use his ult to get away.
Yeah,
Fire Remnant, thank you, etc. And the Naga, Sleep, these are, you know, being a carry has always been about having an escape, but I think it's become even more important recently.
Uh-oh, fullback getting hexed up, fingered to death by Nightmare.
Here you die.
Nightmare's got a bit of a Triclops look going on here with Lion, actually.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, yeah, that is a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Rare, it's Rare Eye.
Ooh. Yep. Carl actually gonna be trapped by the ward. Sunstrike gonna nail him, and he's already dead at this point. Invoker gonna pick him up. I actually had Cold Snap queued up, and I believe he Cold Snaps just a creep there. Oh well.
Yep, and we did see him go for a Forge Spirit build, and he just had a value point in Wax for the Alacrity.
Well, maybe another day, Renessa. I do know there was one game where me and Dragon Drop casted the, Wexord Invoker, and he went like Rapier. It was absolutely terrifying.
I want to see it. I think it's legitimate. Now,
if I
granted,
can find the replay for you, I definitely will.
Oh, and a blink in by Draft here. He might run himself out. Nice double edge, but he's going to be held here by Shadow Shaman, and yeah.
Yeah, there was no way for him to get out. He was out of mana, so he couldn't stampede, and yeah. The Spaniards in chat are because of Argentina. Isurus is Argentinian, and they speak Spanish in Argentina. So welcome to our Spanish viewers.
You modded Sephiroth.
Oh yeah, I modded Sephiroth a while back. I'm not sure if I regret that decision or not.
It took until now for it to show up. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Alright, well we've got Domi farming up some Ancients, working on a Desolator, doing a lot of damage. The Isurus, item-wise, I'm gonna take a look at them. This is, man,
It could be a BKB though.
That's
on the
true.
Templar. And I think that's a really good pickup here against the Shaman and the Tide Hunter and the Sand King and the Invoker.
That's true. Most people usually go the Ogre Club first. The Missile Hammer is a little bit greedy, but Seven Worth is doing fairly well in this game. So actually the Wolfcraft is moving towards Isurus, so Midas Gaming is working.
Yeah. Midas Gaming beginning to work out. Gold just tipping ever so slightly in their favor. Experience definitely going their way now, and that's the Midas. I mean, it's just such a big item pickup, but Roshan gonna fall to that TA now with an Aegis, and that's one of the benefits of having a negative armor strat or a Templar Assassin on your team. You can easily,
Take that Roche.
yeah, take the Roche out. Sorry, I keep looking over at chat, getting a little bit distracted.
Chat, see what you
top
do.
tower is under attack.
Yep.
Dire's
No, they're the
structures
best,
are
honestly.
fortified.
I thank you guys so much for coming out with your support. We're actually having Niagara with Lifesteal Infested. Dazzle ulti is going to come out, but Niagara doesn't care. He's going to pop the ult anyway. Lifestealer hopping out, but against Ford, he's going to TP away, but not have the chance. And there's that fizz damage from Dazzle. Taken out. Nightmare going to get graved here just in case.
Radiant's middle
And
tower is under attack.
Nightmare has just picked up an Ogre Club.
So perhaps...
I want to believe it's Scepter, but it's kind of rough. Meanwhile, Domi just dominating Wicked Sick across the map. I mean...
Yeah, Templar Assassin is a very powerful
Radiant's
hero.
middle tower is
I
under
mean,
attack.
Phase Boots Blink is enough to do a ridiculous amount of damage with a Meld Strike. So that is... that is scary for Isurus. And, alright, so... a little overconfident on Nightmare. I assume that a Sunstrike was used because it is on cooldown for DDX.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm having to pull out the Banhammer, guys, and I don't want to do that. I really don't.
Nazi caster.
Yep, Nazi caster. Right here. Sure.
Alright, well, oh well. Alright, so taking a look at net worth. Isurus
top
really
tower
isn't
is
doing
under
that poorly,
attack.
so Seven Wars' TA is sitting at the top of it, but, I mean, you've got DDX and, fullback, you know, really close to the top, and actually Tide doing fairly well here. He's got mana boots and a Blink Dagger, and a bottle, so...
Yeah. And Bottle on Tide isn't a bad decision. He's got a relatively low mana pool, even with the Arcane Boots picked up. And Ravage does have quite a high mana cost. In fact, I had a situation once where I finally got my refresher on Tide, and I ulted, I did something, and then I refreshed, and I didn't have any mana.
That's, I remember
So,
when I was...
It was like, well, this is a great item.
Yep. Oh, and fullback just absolutely destroyed it. Is a Desolator up on Domi as well as a double damage rune. And Lifestealer has a hard time against minus armor strategies.
Yeah, and physical damage. I mean, there's so much he can do. Actually, a really interesting placement for the Psionic Trap. I think
Radiant's
that
top
maybe
tower
just in
is
case
under
someone tries to
attack.
juke out through the trees or
Radiant's
TP in over
structures are
there. Even.
fortified.
Can you TP that far from the tower? I don't think so.
No, you can TP the other side.
Oh. Well, meanwhile, Domi gonna blink on in. The air drop going to stun him up. Charge comes out from Centaur to bail her out, or possibly aggress on in. But Domi's saying, no, let's get the tower. Let's make the smart decision here. And meanwhile, we have DDX and Shaman moving toward the bot tower. Wards will be dropped on this.
Yeah, well, they're not focusing the tower. I think Centaur's tanky enough to just kind of farm them. Maybe a little bit of waste to the wards.
They don't have a group available, but it at least forced the TP from Centaur.
And Isurus really needs to take whatever advantage they can. And Ward, I don't think they've been doing that much in teamfight.
Oh my! How?
All around you.
Like, I'm trying to watch these bars up here at the top of the screen.
Oh no, but Templar Assassin just melted me.
Yeah.
Dark light.
We're actually gonna see fullback caught in a really bad position. The stutter stomp from the Centaur Lion gonna end up taking him down, which could give him some more progress on what I'm assuming is an Ag Scepter. But not 100% sure. I mean, let me just say, it's a good item on Lion if you can get it. You've got 1,000 damage on a 20-second cooldown. Ice Frog, what?
Is under attack.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, Lena has that as well, so yeah, it's not only him. The TA is melting everyone. So in that fight, fullback, it looked like he was like, okay, I want to go, and I think the team was planning on TPing in because he only saw like 2 heroes. He was like, oh, I'll just, feed off the Centaur for a little bit. And then his team was like, nope, have fun. And there was nothing for him to invest.
Pretty much. We do have a trap out from Templar. Gonna go ahead and slow down 9 as he comes in to try and defend this. But it's already too late. The Aegis gets reclaimed in just a minute here. But TA still hasn't died. Gonna go for a BKB and about 400 away here. Ah, that's for Sand King. Thank you, Sephiroth. He's talking about this trap up here. Because Sand King can Burrow Strike or Blink away to it. Not to mention Tide as well, so... It's a really well-placed trap. Seven Wars playing much more solid in the second game. It's looking like we might go to game 3, which I'm very, very excited here.
Yeah, that would be quite nice. I'd love to see these teams face up against each other. But Isurus does have Midas Gaming on their hands. He does... Sorry, I'm laughing at something. So they have experience and gold to help catch them up. Gold did dip back in Seven Wars' favor, though, after these last pickoffs that they've had, as well as experience, so the Midases are no longer helping keep Isurus ahead.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be very smart about the fights that they take.
And I mean, this gold graph is just a landslide. Like, you can see Seven Wars, they almost let go of that gold lead right there at about 15 minutes, but then it slips quickly away, and experience even more so. Sludar, Straff already warming up here a bit as well.
He's almost got his BKB, so that's pretty much going to reduce Isurus' lineup. They won't be able to do anything right now while that team is strong. Light Stealer doesn't have the damage to deal with that yet.
Yeah, and I want to reinstate one more time, guys. If you're, like, trying to start a fake raffle or something, you'll be warned once with a timeout, and then the next time you'll be banned. And I'm sorry I have to do it, because I hate to lose you guys in the chat, because most of you guys are awesome. But we're going to try to keep it a friendly environment for everybody. So, meanwhile, though, fullback is raged up here. He's going to do the old rage bail. And, I mean, you can't blame him.
Yeah, though. I mean, what's important for him right now is to stay alive. He's managed to pick up his armlet. A little slow, but he does have the Midas, so it's not awful. It will make him a lot more useful in fight. I think I might be disconnecting.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's wonderful.
But, I'll be back, so you'll just have to keep us updated on what's going on. Okay.
We have briefly had her disconnect.
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright, there we go. Yep, nothing really happened in that. I was busy modding someone that has recommended to me.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And Dire's bot tower actually going to be taken down by the Invoker, but Domi happy to keep farming these creeps. Even going to use the armor reduction to kill the siege creep a little faster. And can't blame her. Roshan respawning in just a minute and a half here. The Aegis never did get used, though.
And Domi has picked up a BKB as well, Nana. There's a BKB here on Slardar. And I think Centaur is maybe going for one. I would expect maybe a Halberd, to be honest, out of him. More than a BKB, but he could be considering it. 7 Wars is ahead. And I don't think they want to lose that lead by some sort of amazing wombo combo team fight. So while BKB isn't what you expect on a Centaur, it is possible, but I would more expect to maybe see a Halberd for after the Lifestealer Rage.
Or even the Invoker, because he's quite a force of right-click damage right now.
He's maxed out his Exort.
Yeah.
That is doing quite a bit here, so we'll have to see where he chooses to go next. The Midas is really, I would say, paying off for the Invoker, most definitely.
Yeah. And he's one of the best heroes to get a Midas on, even if you get it a little late. Like 11 minutes even, you can still make a comeback with those levels. You're just not relying on it for golden income. Meanwhile, though, 9 getting picked off alone up top by Carl on the Carl Dar.
And he did just pick up a mechanism, which he used to try and live, but it wasn't quite enough.
Dire's top tower is
I'm actually impressed with how much farm this Pius has managed to find. He was off lane, I guess, so that does give him a few more levels and a little more farm than your average support.
And I somehow missed the Lifestealer killing the TA finally and getting how much gold is that? 1353 for that. That's TA's first death this game.
That is a large chunk of money for Lifestealer. He almost has 3,000 gold now. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, and to think that just a minute ago he had about 1,500. Invoker, though, with the Blink Dagger and the Force Staff, actually going to be quite a force of mobility. Straff going to get taken down by Lifestealer here. And, I mean, that has to be a scary gank to come in when the Invoker just blinks in like, oh, hello. And then Lifestealer hops out.
Oh, a Hex here up on DDX, though, and now he's going to be poison touched by Dazzle. They're running themselves away. Invoker's scary.
He wants to chase. And he's not really going to, I guess.
Doesn't quite have the support of his team. Congratulations to Petty for obtaining.
Yeah. He's like, oh, a sword? Wow. Oh, and congratulations to everyone for tuning in. We've got 600 viewers on the stream. Thank you guys for coming out once again. If you could, hit the follow button if you're enjoying what's coming out. And if you're not, be sure and send me a message on Twitch. Let me know what you don't like about the casting. I'd love to hear back from you so I can improve even more, because I know my camera control could use some work.
And he really means it, guys. He's very receptive to any constructive criticism. Alright, so we've got some posturing around Roche. 7 Wars wants to go in and take it. Isurus getting a little scary. They've had some nice pickoffs recently.
How'd they break the Lincolns, though? Is my question. Oh, Sunstrike coming through. Forge Spirit's moving into the pit. They can finish it pretty quickly, but are they going to do it in time? Sand King is right here, ready to strike. Or ready to burrow strike, rather.
Yeah, and here is another power of Invoker. I mean, he has excellent map control. He can scout with Forge Spirits. He can use Sunstrike. You know, he's a pretty scary hero to be against later on in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a lot of posturing around Roche. They know it's low. Roche, sorry. They just want to take it. And Domi goes in here solo. And Nadara sees it, comes in. Nice burrow strike.
Nadara's like,
Roche is
1v1
hitting
me.
up on Nadara.
Oh my goodness, they're going to pick out Nadara, though. The side blade's catching him through Roshan there. Very nicely done. Domi is going to get the Aegis here. No snatch today for fullback. And fullback gonna not be able to rage and TP away this time, it looks like. Rage on cooldown. Double kill for Domi, getting his revenge there. Carl dropping pretty low, but does have the BKB up. Invoker on the run from him. And getting hit by TA is gonna hurt a lot. The slowdown from the traps right now. Shadow Shaman does get picked off. Invoker, no mana though on him. He is gonna manage to have his ally slow down Templar Assassin. But TA says, okay, someone wants to slow me, someone wants to die. Gonna go after 9 right now.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, 7 Wars, it's like we're watching a different team in game number 2.
Yeah, this is aggressive. I mean, a lot of team synergy here. There's a lot more synergy between the actual draft this time, I think. I mean, minus armor strats could really do a lot against a team that really isn't that squishy. I mean, Isurus is actually fairly tanky, other than the Shadow Shaman. And I think minus armor is an excellent strat to go up against that.
Yeah.
And
Someone
they did.
Someone said Total Biscuit's a LOL player.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know.
I just want to just go ahead and say Total Biscuit's pretty cool. So,
So
if you've got a problem with him, you might have a problem with me too. Unless he does play LOL, then I understand. Actually, Dazzle gonna throw out a ulti? What? How did...
I mean, sometimes you all.
That was a long-range ulti if I've ever seen one. Lion's ult does come out, I believe, on Shadow Shaman. Neck is going to try to bail him out. Carl coming in with the Slithering Crush, but it's not enough. The Airdra going to evade him even more with the Burrow Strike up. They have at least succeeded in getting the team to back off this tower. Domi going to be caught out by the Cold Snap. Can't really escape here, but does have an Aegis to fall back on the Airdra. Already with the ulti, is going to end the Invoker's dominating streak. Actually, that was Straff. Tidehunter takes down Straff. We do have Invoker buying back. TA taking down the Tidehunter, and I missed a kill somewhere in there. Meanwhile, we have Slaughter getting Sunstruck out by the Invoker. Very well placed by him. Nightmare tried to chase him down, but in the end, a 3-for-2 trade, because the Invoker did die and fought back. So, a pretty big win for Seven Wars.
I don't know. I would say the fight is in Seven Wars' favor, but the longer that Isurus manages to delay them really coming up to the high ground is more in their favor. So while they did have to spend a buyback on the Invoker, he's fine on gold. He's doing well on levels. I don't think they lose too much from that, and they kept fullback alive. They got him some kills, some experience. I think that's pretty important. So, like I said, when you're behind, you want to take trades. And that was basically a trade.
Yeah.
What did they pick off? Yeah, I mean, they killed Slaughter, who's their carry. I don't remember who the second kill was.
But they got a tower for it. Actually, Tornado coming out on Lion right now. Meatball, Sunstrike, and Deafening Blast. I mean, Invoker want to throw out anything else on top of that? Well, he's going to use Forge Spirits, but that's Scepter Invoker at work. Somebody did mention that he's,
The terrifying Invoker?
Well, he's using Tornado with only 1 point in Wax up until recently. And it looks like Invoker's seen that and said, you know what? I should put 2 points in Wax. So, and I'd like to put out a bit more channel news. No, the male caster is not gay. Thank you very much. Okay, back into the team fight. We have a Tornado, an Ice Wall, and an EMP coming out onto Straff. Charge coming out from him as well. And they're gonna escape.
Yeah, Isurus holding their own. Actually, everybody's even on towers here, so that's very nice. And actually, Isurus is, it's even on towers because they each have 1 tier 2 left. And I think that is due to the Shaman and the Forge Spirit Invoker really able to split push and do some damage.
Yeah.
And help stretch out Seven Wars. And now the question is, going into the late game.
What does Invoker do?
Invoker's incredibly strong in the late game.
Yeah, especially with the Scepter.
However, with all the BKBs up, which Centaur did end up going for a BKB, that will cancel out Shaman, Tidehunter, and King. But
and actually, Tornado, literally the same combo that killed Lion, coming out on the Dazzle right now. I keep rotating away from these kills just as they're about to happen, and then I'm like, there's the aftermath.
Yeah, well, he's good. Yeah. Oh, and a blink in here and a double edge on fullback. Shaman wards drop. TA is hecked up. Fullback eating away at the Centaur. Centaur dies. One last right click from the Shadow Shaman, I believe.
Oh no, he infests! And Shadow Shaman goes sceptering up. He's gonna live. Domi tries to throw off another one. Actually, Carl gonna come in with a Slithering Crush. And Domi, refraction not gonna be an issue for these Serpent wards.
Oh, that was well played by Isurus, though. I mean, fullback managed to keep himself alive for a very long time and do a lot of damage. But nice rotation in by Carl.
Yeah.
Got there very quickly.
Yeah, I didn't even see him rotating toward the fight, and all of a sudden he came in for the kill secure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and a Tornado up on EA. Meatball, Sunstrike. But the Refraction actually absorbing most of that damage.
Third time's the charm. It looks like Seven Wars finally going to live through an Invoker combo. They're going to pick off the Templar Assassin, but that's the Aegis just spin on her. Carl with the BKB going hard on Isurus. He will not be able to escape. And Papita, the last one to stand here. Lion's just like, go ahead, bro, hex me.
Radiant's top tower
They
is
should
under
lose
attack.
this tower, but fullback's almost back up, and Shaman and Tide aren't down for that long. The biggest challenge is this Invoker. He doesn't have buyback.
Radiant's top tower
I
has
believe
fallen.
it still should be on cooldown. Yeah, no buyback on the Invoker for another minute and a half.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they probably get this tower here. Blink in, but fullback tries to turn it. Yeah, ultimate
Meanwhile,
drop
the air
here
drop
from
with
the
the
Stampede,
big-
doing tons of damage.
Yep. Stampede coming in from Centaur, though. Only one hero still standing, and that's in the Airdrop, who has to go back to the fountain. No ultimate up, and armor still rising higher on these heroes. There's almost 40 armor on the Slaughter. There we go.
Has fallen.
And 9 is going to be back in the fight. Slaughter, though, pick up an Assault Cuirass. Sand King will come in, but going to get stomped down by Strap. Taken down. It's looking like a GG here. Are we going to see game number 3? I think so.
Radiant's top barracks has
Yeah, I would
fallen.
expect it too. Isurus, they probably have one more fight left in them. Once everybody is up,
Radiant's
Invoker
middle
has
tower
about
is
12
under
seconds
attack.
left. And when he's up, the fights could change. And
Yeah.
that's what's going to be very important. But we shall see.
Yep, we have an
if they're
engagement
able
coming
to
in
pull
mid.
off-
He's going to blink in, and before I can move the camera, Shadow Shaman is already on the ground.
Tower is under attack.
I mean-
Joker's up though, so we'll see if DDX can get something done here. Tornado into Sunstrike, Deafening Blast, Meteor falling in, has to Shallow Grave up on Carl. Carl, oh, stuck in an Ice Ball as well. The Ice Ball, yeah.
Oh,
Ice
will
Ball
fall
is-
to the Ice Wall, yeah. Nightmare BKB'd up. I thought he was going for Scepter, but it looks like he ended up going for BKB there. Domi dropping pretty low. Does have the BKB on cooldown, but not anymore. And actually just needs to take out DDX, but that's not an easy task at this point. DDX going to pop the Invis,
Radiant's middle
or
barracks
unpop it
has
rather,
fallen.
as the enemy team's standing. Beautiful Tornado with the Sunstrike. He's going to pick off Lion, get a Sunstrike off on GST. But Domi diving deep once again. Tries to get in there, actually is going to be taken down, it looks like. 1,100 gold, double kill for the Invoker, but Templar just going to go ahead and possibly Rage buyback. Are we going to see boots sold for Boots of Travel here?
She could, but I don't think it's necessary. They took 2 lanes of Rex. We never really finished talking about it, but as far as the late game goes,
Oh,
Seven
yeah.
Wars probably also has the late game, so there's 2 arguments here. Isurus really depends on a lot of magic damage and team fight control, which BKBs counter. But Seven Wars all picked up early BKBs, so as we get later into the game, those durations go down.
I mean, we're seeing Dazzle start to pick up a BKB right now. They know how reliant this team is on magic damage, and they're saying no damage for you.
Yeah, so that's the most challenging thing for Isurus, is that, going into the late game, Seven Wars, 5-man BKBs. They
Yeah.
can't do that much against them.
We're now the number 3 stream of Dota 2, behind Beyond the Summit 2 and Merlady, but ahead of Draskell. How in the... what?
Brazilian Dota, it's exciting game!
It is, I can tell you for sure. The female caster is actually better than Sheever.
Roshan
Alright,
has
so
fallen to
very
the
quick
dark.
Roche picked up here.
Yep.
They're
Looks
like,
like-
who's gonna take the cheese, guys?
Illusion.
We're all 6 slotted.
Well, we don't have any good wine to go with the cheese, so I guess we'll just leave it.
I mean, Nightmare could sell his branch and pick up the cheese. Alright, so I think they're putting it on Centaur, who has
must
picked
be.
up Halberd in conjunction
Yeah.
with BKB. And Slarter going for Halberd as well. So they're like, okay, we have BKBs, you can't do any magic damage to us. Now we're all gonna get Halberd, so you can't hit us ever. Have fun.
Good luck doing any damage here.
Yeah, this is looking dire for Isurus.
It's looking dire for the Radiant.
Yes.
Yes.
I know, it could have been turned into a horrible pun, and I was trying to avoid it.
Oh
I'm like,
no, not on
I'm
this
like-
stream. Invoker though, I mean, they've taken kind of the last resort of, let's smoke inside our own base. And when you're at this point, you're really desperate. Because you're trying to catch someone off guard in the one place on the map they know where you are. So,
I mean, Chris has no map control. They have to wait. I would say this is their last fight.
they need a
they-
miracle right now.
Yeah, they don't have a PL or a sniper or a spectre. They don't have someone who can fight against mega creeps.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting, and I think Seven Wars knows it's their last fight, so they're just kind of slow pushing.
Yep, actually, we have Naherdra coming in with the earthquake thing. Ravage does come in. We got Shallow Grave on the Dazzled. Centaur charge coming out. Only 2 have fallen just yet. They are going to stun up both Fullback and 9, but a Sunstrike from Invoker will catch out GST. He's going to fall next. Meanwhile, Slaughter on the run. Does have his Blink available right now. He's going to use it to get away. Let's check out the Centaur, who has just TP'd away, so they're going to at least hold on to a Rax right now. But in the meantime, their other 2 lanes have gotten the creeps started to push in. Nierdra is pretty good at clearing creeps, but takes a lot of damage from them as well. So
very well played by Isurus there. I don't believe we had any buybacks. I think Invoker just got a few kills. So Centaur actually was about to die, but he used the cheese and got away. So no wine necessary. And Seven Wars gonna sit back, maybe farm up their next item, let Slardar get that halberd. So I think what was the saving grace of that fight was DDX scything the TA right away. I mean, like instant scythe, and then the Sand King was able to get a full ultimate, epicenter off on the TA, so that she died incredibly quickly, wasn't able to hit a second refraction or pop off the BKB. And that's how they're going to win these fights, is somehow managing to get off their combos before the BKBs come out, so that when the BKBs do happen, they're just doing off the full damage.
Carl going in on Fullback. He does pump the amplified damage before Fullback has any time to purge it. His Aegis will be popped here. Surprisingly, that didn't sit through the last fight. Lion trying to set up a nice stun, but gets chickened up in the process. Meanwhile, Carl trying to land on the Sand King. He's not going to be able to do so. Mech does come out. None lost here except for the Lifestealer.
Probably not what Isurus wants to happen, though. If they lose, they're going to lose Papika here as well. So that's 2 down. 9 needs to get himself out. I mean, their base, they've got creeps coming in, and TA's porting in as well to just help push here. Isurus really needs to get back.
Really nice Ice Wall placement by Invoker, though. It locked Carl in that lethal combo for a little bit there. Nice Shallow Grave keeping Nightmare alive here. He will help take down the Sand King, who was honestly a bit overextended, even if the Invoker's back over here. Do have a buyback out from the Lifestealer. This is the most awkward moment in Dota, when a 1 HP or so Lion is TPing right beside a full health Invoker that could easily right-click. But meanwhile, the charge going to come in. Carl going deep. Domi is coming up too.
Yes, we had a dieback for the Lifestealer. Nice Ravage there by 9, and the Burrow Strike by the Sand King, but Blink Stomp in by the Centaur Warwarner, and a double edge. Nadira starting to run himself away. Domi Meld Strike on Nadira though, so he's going to fall as well. 3 dead on the side of Isurus. No buyback left.
And that's going to be GG. Nierda says DDX. Something. So, I mean, when they're getting their signature heroes, we're seeing the team fall apart here. It's a little weird. Straff, I think they're just confirming GG because somebody apparently paused. Or canceled the GG.
I think someone canceled the GG.
Yeah.
And else said GG, which would mean that they die as well, etc.
I think it was DDX though.
Yeah. DDX, why? So they're just gonna kill the Ancient and ensure the win.
Yep. Get it the good old-fashioned way here. Of course, we are gonna have game number 3. I'm gonna see if we can actually take a short break here. But of course, it is 1-1 now, so we will have game number 3 of this best of 3, the last game of the night, coming right up. I'm SP Revolution 5, and I'm joined by Renessa Dota. Thank you guys all for coming. If you're enjoying the cast, please hit the follow button and whatnot. Check out our links in the chat. If you're not enjoying the cast, let us know why. We really want to improve. We want to be better. So, please give us that feedback. Renessa, any last words on that match?
No, it's just an excellent match. Minus Gaming not able to really do it, but Blink Dagger Gaming for 7 Wars, very impressive. Full BKB. So nicely played by both teams. I'm very excited to see this 3rd game, so I hope you guys all stick around and stay with us for this next game in the series. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep. See you guys in a second.